Yeah. Let's get it. What up, what up, what up, Eagle Nation's fans, and welcome to the Fan Cave, where it doesn't matter where you live as long as Eagle Pride and Eagle Green is what you give. I'm your host, OGP, and you know what the deal is. You know the deal. It's time to get real. You see the ticker and you see the thumbnail, so you know that it's time to show one more video. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so that you can get any other content that's going to come from this channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please send them to Eagles Nation fancave at gmail.com. Also, I'm just wanted to talk a little bit. I'm going to come on with another video that's going to talk about the keys of victory, but I need to talk a little bit about what I see going on in the media on the national and local level. First of all, on the national level, what you see is what the national media does, when it comes to sports. They are going to pump up who is winning, because what that does, especially with the NFL and the NFL product, they're going to pump out what's winning, what is drawing the most as to the attention of the NFL. Right now, it's the Eagles. Why? Because the Eagles are the only undefeated team in the NFL. But yet, that's not who they're really pushing for. They really want Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to be the front runners of the NFL, to be the face franchise right now. That's who they really want. That's who they're really pushing for. But if you look at how Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are playing, if you ask me, okay, you have to pick your poison. Josh Allen going to throw the ball better than Jalen Hurts, but Jalen is going to run the ball better than Josh Allen and throw the ball as well as he. But granted, Josh Allen has a little bit better arm, a little bit able to accuracy and able to hit the long balls more often. But see, this is what the national media does. That's their job. That's their focus. They put out rat poison. Jalen Hurts talks about it time and time again. He talks about the importance of them putting first things first. And so often what we see is the media putting the first things first, and that is the NFL. That is their preferred team or players. Now, what we're supposed to do as local media is not buy into the rat poison, but they do. If you look at the Philadelphia media, they are buying into the rat poison, and they're trying to peddle it to the players. And that's what happens when teams begin to lose focus, lose identity, start not putting first things first. And a great example of that locally was yesterday when Jalen Hurts did his conference with the media. The media didn't ask him anything about the Arizona Cardinals. Nothing. That all they wanted to know was about things like, what the national media has been pushing. That's all they wanted to talk about. Even with Jason Kelce, they wanted to talk about his podcast. They wanted to talk about his foundation. Okay. With Jalen Hurts, they wanted to talk about him being on Monday Night Football with the Manning brothers, and his shirt that and what he had on his shirt, and all this stuff that have nothing to do with the Arizona Cardinals. Nothing to do with the Arizona Cardinals. They wanted to know stuff that doesn't make any sense. Oh, they wanted to know about the pick six. That's about it. That's all they wanted to talk about was the pick six. And so, to me, more than anything, a lot of the media within Philly wants to see Jalen Hurts fail. They want to see him fail. There, maybe not a lot, but some. It's definitely some. But that's with anywhere. They're going to be some that's going to want, that a quarterback to succeed, some to fail. But what I like about Jalen Hurts is his ability to stay focused and not to take the rat poison and then call them on the rat poison that they were pushing by not focusing on first things first. That is a premier quarterback. That is a franchise quarterback that's able to call the media on their stuff. Jalen Hurts, okay, he ums a lot. But hey, but I tell you one thing, he thinks. He thinks he'll get the piece together. I mean, as he continues to practice and being before the media, he'd take a couple classes and get someone in his corner to help him get rid of the ums in his speech. But that's fine. But what he does do is he thinks about what he's going to say, and he calls the media. Philadelphia media can be tough, but there's very few athletes that could stand up in front of the Philadelphia media and call them on their stuff. Jalen Hurts did that very thing yesterday. That says a lot about his character. It says a lot about his mentality. It says a lot about his focus. And so what I see with the Philadelphia media is sort of like what I see with the national media. The national media want to talk about the pick six. They wanted to focus on Jacksonville miscues. They wanted to focus on the weather, but Hassan Reddick called them on that. He said we played in the same weather. That's no excuse. I like that. He's a Camden boy. I'm a Camden boy. But you know what? They talk about the weather. They talk about they don't want to talk about this defense that has put up 9 sacks in one game. They don't want to give it the play that it should be given. If it was Buffalo, we would hear it. They don't want to talk about the shutting down the number one running game in the NFL right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They don't want to talk about the defense that the Eagles have that is shutting down teams. Every team that they face since week 1, which is basically was a preseason game, they have shut them down. They have shut them down. And what they do is they get like Washington, they get their yardage and garbage time. Same thing basically with Jacksonville, garbage time. They get the points at the end of the game when it really doesn't matter. When the game is out of reach. But that's fine. And here's the thing. We have yet to put together a full game. I'm not in a rush for us to peak. I'm not in a rush. Some teams will peak too early and then bottom out when it's time to really peak. So we haven't done that. I don't see that. I'm not in a rush. I wanted, and one thing I did see this past Sunday is we scored in the second half. That's the first time we scored in the second half this season. Ain't no rush. Continue to put it together, guys. Ain't no rush. We've reached the first poll of the season, the first quarter poll. Take your time. Let's go forward. We'll get there. I'm not in a rush. I like what I see. I love the defense. I love the offense. I think the offense is taking, even though we're missing a couple players, Stoutland has put this offensive line in the position where the next man up is able to take a position and not miss a beat. Because what happens is when players of lesser status play with players of greater status, they up their game. They know they have to. And so they play better, they play harder, they concentrate more. And that's what you're going to see with some of the players that are not starters, that are playing with the starters. They have to come up. They have to rise. The cream has to rise to the top. And Stoutland is putting these guys in the position on the offensive line to make sure that they're ready to play and these guys up their game. And that's what we saw with Opeta. And that's what we saw with Driscoll. And I'm looking. Listen, I believe that when the offensive tackle that's been hurt, can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I believe that he's going to be coming back. They just took him off of the. I think they just took Andre Dillard. Andre Dillard just was taken off of the IR, and he's on his 2-week notice. I believe they can bring him back. I'm interested in seeing what happens. I'm interested to see how well he plays. I know a lot of people have been talking about we should trade him. I never said that. I said all along, you don't trade a number 1 draft pick that early. You keep him and you mold him and you keep him for such a situation as we have right now. But a lot of these content creators, these younger dudes, they all they want to do is get picks. They want quantity rather than quality. Sure, he's had a rough start, but you don't get rid of, just like we kept Rager around for a while. But the thing is with Rager is we found out that he is inferior quality, no question. That's not the same case with Andre Dillard. Andre Dillard, if you look at him, he has put in work. He's changed his body. He's gotten stronger. I want to see if he's really gotten stronger and he's gotten better in his technique. It'll be interesting to find out. It'll be really interesting to find out. I'm looking forward to seeing if he comes back this weekend and if he plays. Listen, I want to say this in closing. I want to commend again what the Philadelphia fans did for Doug Peterson. I think it was outstanding, the reception he got at the link. He got a better reception at the link than Russell Wilson got. And Russell Wilson took Seattle to 2 Super Bowls, and the reason they lost wasn't his fault. It was the coach's fault. But yet we got Doug Peterson, who won 1 Super Bowl, and we recognized him for what he did. Seattle didn't. That's interesting. It's very interesting. But anyway, I would say this. I am really looking forward to giving you my next video is going to be about the keys to victory for the upcoming game against the Arizona Cardinals. But I wanted to address, for the most part, the Philadelphia media along with the national media. Listen, guys, in the Philadelphia media, stop eating the rat poison and stop trying to give it to our players. We're not falling for it. We're not falling for rat poison. We're not taking it. We're putting first things first, and first things first is the Arizona Cardinals. To the next time, I just want you to understand that this is your man OGP bidding you peace, power, and eagle pride. We'll see you next time.
Wasting my time with too many reflections. Yeah. And since you've been gone, I've been trying to fix me. And I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting there. Lately I've seen you on television.